What's up, YouTube? This is Sea-Dog, and I'm back with another Transformers Q review. And this is actually the new wave and the new packaging. And I actually really enjoy the new packaging. So what I did is I put the old packaging right next to the new packaging. And as you can see, we have quite a bit of difference. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to transform these guys from alt mode to robot mode. And then I'm going to take him out of the box and I'm going to transform him from robot to alt mode. So you get a kind of a view of both. And if you haven't already, please go back in my playlist. I'm going to try to make a playlist of all of my Transformer Q reviews in one place. And please go back and check those out for anyone interested. I'm doing small stuff right now because I'm actually getting a new camera next week. I'm about 90% positive. And I'd like to save a lot of the stuff I have to do a more clearer review. And before we go any further, I'd like to also show you one thing really quickly. Let's see how we can do this. If you look, we have the Kayaba kits, the Seacon kits, and I'll be building those today, so I'll be reviewing those. I have the Fortress Maximus, I have a bunch of ones built, and I have the Transformers Adventure as well. So I have full cases of each. So let's put you over here. Alright. So let's start off with ARCEE. ARCEE has nice chrome wheels. They roll. She rolls really good. Nice Autobot symbol tampoed there on the hood. She's got chrome wrapped around the grill here, which the grill's painted as well. Got nice metallic blues for the lights, some silvers, metallic or gunmetal for the windows, which actually looks really good. I like how the wheels are pinned on. You can see a Toyota sign right there. If it would focus. Yeah, you can see it. Alright, so to transform her, we just want to separate the back real quick, like this. Pull them out to the side like that. Then you go under here, pull the feet out. And one thing about the newer ones is the joints are a lot tighter than the first run. And the production values, see, are just much better all around. So then what's cool is when you pull her head out, it automatically flips up when you pull this thing back. And then you just pop this thing back behind her head, go under here, pull her hands out. And this is the official mode, right? Yeah. That's the official mode. But what I like to do is I like to put these up on the back so it looks like her pontoons or whatever she has on the back of her. Push her shoulders back a little bit and make her look a little more like ARCEE. One thing that's really cool is if you look underneath, she's got like her jet boosters for high heels. Can you see that? I feel like there's not enough. Yeah. Really cool. Nice paint apps for her feet. And she's got posability in her shoulders, a little bit of ball joints. They'll go around, a little bit of range out and in. She has posability on her elbows. Neck, her head swivels side to side. Her feet will go front to back, all the way up, all the way back, and she has a knee joint, which is pretty cool. And it will swivel. So that's ARCEE. Alright, so moving right along. Put ARCEE down. We'll take out Jetfire next. I have his guns pointed back. I think the official way is to have him like Starscream. This is the Starscream mold. So, that makes sense. He's got landing gear pinned on, nice and fast. So that's cool. You flip that down. Pull down his feet like this. Then you want to put his arms up to start, just go like this. Revert the wings around. And then after you're done with all that, you just pull this down, and flip it, peg it in, and you get a nice Jetfire. You know, he's got head swivel, his arms will swivel, the guns, the null rays or whatever that he's not supposed to have will swivel, and he has a swivel at the top of his thigh and front to back with his feet. So really cool Jetfire right there. The only one I have on my list left to get is Ratchet. And then, whoops, sorry, ARCEE. Oh, as you can see, in the old boxes, they had Starscream. See, all the old ones had the alt modes on there. And then the new ones have the robot mode, as you can see. Whoops, I'm knocking everyone down. So, I'll show you a little bit of an example of the new boxes. So let's get those out of the way. Alright, so this is the new box. You got Ironhide in there. Shows the alt mode, a little bit of the art. Shows a transformation on one side and specs on the other. Tech specs. The warnings and the Pac-Man dude. Yeah, I'll show you real quick. I'll show you the rest of them. We got ARCEE and her card art. It's art from the Q show. We got the ARCEE car, transformation, and tech specs. Shows the toy picture of him. It's got the alt mode, transformation, tech specs. And last but not least, Ultra Magnus with his card art, his alt mode, transformation, and surprise, surprise, tech specs with a nice picture of his art in full. So that looks really cool. Alright, so moving those out of the way, we'll take a look at Ultra Magnus next. Ultra Magnus looks cool, nice light blue windows. He's got the red bumper. He's got gunmetal for his lights, and this is more of a silver for the grill. So a little bit of a different color. I don't know if you can tell that easily. Autobot symbols actually molded on and painted on the sides. Nice detail molded in. Looking very good. Very Ultra Magnus-y. That's the back of his, that's the front of his legs, if you remember. Well, in what it's supposed to be. And then he's even got an Autobot symbol molded in right there. So that looks really cool. A little bit of gunmetal here. Red bumper painted. And he's got his rockets. So to transform him, we just take these off in the back and then flip them up like this. So out to this side and flip them up. Next, we pull down his bumper. That becomes his feet. Like I said, these are all nice and tight joints. See, no movement. And then you just flip up the back and it automatically flips up the head. And there you go, Ultra Magnus. Very cool. Nice head sculpt that you can actually turn. Even though there's barely any room, they give you enough room to turn. Silver on the ears. He's got the sunglasses look and the silver face. And yep, he's got a ball joint on his shoulder, which will go a little bit front to back, but that's not really anything. Get a little bit out. And he's got a swivel at the knee. He's got a little bit of a knee joint and front to back with a leg joint. Nice tight joints. Really cool figure. I really dig Ultra Magnus. I couldn't find my Prime when I was looking for him. I have him. I didn't spend enough time looking for him. But I did find Starscreams and stuff, so I got that comparison. Now to look at Ironhide, we'll show you how these all work. Put these in the background. Whoops. Stop falling, Jetfire. Okay. So you just pop open the box. Pull this out. And then in a nice bubble. And there you go. There's Ironhide. Very cool. He's on ball joints. His shoulders will go out a little bit. Nice tight joints as well. Well, his legs as well. Got nice front to back on his legs. He's got a little bit of a foot joint. A little swivel as well. A little swivel at the top and at the bottom of the foot. Not that it matters which way you swivel it. And his head will turn a little bit as well. Only goes about that far, it looks like. Alright, he's a little bit different of a transformation. One thing I would say about Ironhide, though, I like how they all have metallic eyes. Do you see that? Really cool. Is you see how they could have had the windshield in the front? It's right up there. They should have figured out a way where the head popped up differently, so they could have had the windshield. That would have topped this figure off. But he's a little bit different to transform. First, you want to pull his feet up. Oh no! First, you want to pull him back like that. He's kind of has a sliding bar. Then his feet will fit up there, and they peg together, which is different than the rest. And then they peg up underneath there as well, I think. Yep. There. Like that. And then when that's slid out, you can pull this down. You know, the front of the van. You can see the Toyota sign. I believe this is a Toyota Hiace. I could be wrong. And then you just slip these in the back like this. And there we go. He's got that orange line from G1. Nice gunmetal silvers and metallic blues for his windows and windshields and back window. Pretty cool. They didn't paint his wheels, but it looks better that way anyway. And he rolls and everything. So let me know what you think of the figures and the review, and if you want to see a big lineup of all my Q Transformers. And you know, I'm excited for the new camera. All right. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the flip.